The No Kings protest happened over the weekend, and of course, everyone's mind in America was changed because some 60-year-old white ladies came out and were very upset about Donald Trump doing something or other. Or rather, it had zero impact whatsoever. And this is what we're going to see being discussed over here with Scott Jennings tearing apart the CNN panel. But before we get to these clips, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video so we can get through the algorithms. Here we go.
The Democrat Party's main constituency are made up of Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. That is who the Democrat Party is catering to. They don't stand for anything except for catering to their far-left base, which, as I said, includes anti-Semites, includes Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals who they want to let off freely to roam in American streets.
But for Republicans, what I would argue is that you should want millions of people to go out into the streets. You should want millions of people to be able to peacefully protest, because that is the perfect counterpoint you can say to me when I say I think our democracy is under attack with authoritarian regimes. What you shouldn't do is call us Marxists or socialists, or you can be whatever you want in America. That's the beauty of a democracy. And I swear, I really do. I thought a couple weeks ago we said we were going to take the temperature down. Protesting peacefully in the street is taking the temperature down. Calling people Hamas sympathizers, socialists, all the other terrible things they've said, that is not what that does.
Yeah, whatever happened to that, Lance?
Who are the sponsors?
The idea, whatever happened to the fact that literally just a few weeks ago, the idea was, let's take the temperature down. Let's not call each other these things that make this seem like some kind of existential struggle. What happened to that?
Who are the sponsors of this event tomorrow? Let's say Indivisible. The leading defund the police organization in this country. Jewish Voice.
Indivisible is not the leading defund the police. That is like
100%
factually incorrect.
They were for years to defund the police.
No, they weren't. That's
Jewish
wrong.
Voice
Check
for
your
Peace
source.
is a Hamas sympathetic group. They pal around with Students for Justice for Palestine, another Hamas funded organization.
They're not the lead
These are the organizations. George Soros funded organizations. They're the most radical left-wing groups that are sponsoring.
Are you arguing that those organizations are single-handedly going to bring millions of people in the streets? We're talking 2,500 different plans and events for protests. I mean, is that the argument here? And the second part of the argument, my question to you is, are you arguing that if groups are funding protests that they shouldn't be allowed to happen?
Anybody can go protest. No, absolutely not. Anybody can go protest what they want. But you played clips of members of Congress talking about this event. I think it is worth noting who is sponsoring this event. Defund the police type people, Hamas sympathizers. That's what these groups stand for.
And not to mention the Communist Party it's on the poster here in New York City.
Thank you.
I mean, you've got boomer cranks. They've been protesting every day. Cranky commies, Antifa people. I mean, what they're saying is true. A lot of the people with these sympathies are going to be at these events. I'm sure there'll be some peaceful protesters there. I hope there's no violence. But given what we've seen in cities around America, it is highly likely we're going to see violent elements.
I would like to say that I want to get to the press secretary's comments about the base of the party. I've voted in every Democratic primary since I was old enough to vote. I'm considered the base of the party. I was a union member. I grew up in a trailer house in East Texas. I went home last weekend, and I took my wife home to East Texas, and I went to a Baptist church where I was saved and baptized. I'm the base of the party. I went to a high school football game where I was an all-state football player. I'm the base of the party. And then I went by the factory that had been shut down because my job was moved overseas. I'm the base of the Democratic Party, not these other folks.
Andy Kim, the senator, compared Speaker Johnson's comments about these protests to what was said about the March on Washington of 1963 by George Wallace. He said, segregationist George Wallace said about the March on Washington, I do think the march under the leadership of men who are in the Communist Party and have been is not good for the country. Citizens being used by communists to disrupt and destroy internal peace. That's the comparison that he's making.
Well, look, I mean, if Democrats want to embrace having the Communist Party here in New York City sponsor this rally, be my guest, respectfully, and I hear what you're saying, but where is the energy in the Democratic Party? You see energy around protecting illegal populations. You see it every day. Energy around criminals, violent criminals. I mean, Democratic officials all over this country have worked very hard to let violent criminals out on the streets. Where is the lie in what is being said by Karoline Leavitt? This is where the energy is on the left.
The energy,
violent, illegal aliens, violent criminals, that's the energy. That's what you see.
The energy is behind protecting people's rights. It's behind not having citizens
Whose?
citizens, Americans.
What about illegal aliens being rounded up by
Many
ICE?
Democrats have said we got the immigration issue wrong and we need to fix it. Perhaps maybe in Congress, but we know that won't happen because they aren't even working right now. But people are protesting Americans being zip-tied, being detained without having their rights protected. I'm not saying that is not that is not the Democratic Party saying that let all illegal people or criminals run free. That is not what the Democratic Party is saying.
Those are the policies. Those are your.
No,
those are the,
they are not.
I mean, you have prosecutors and judges all over this country that have let violent criminal after violent criminal out on the streets. And then what do? They commit other violent crimes in city after city after city.
So it seems like to me the Democrats are upset that they're actually being called out for what they really believe in, right? Because what are they fighting for right now, right? They're pro-Hamas, they're pro-illegal immigration, they're pro-crime. What are the positives here? And yet Donald Trump, of course, is the one who's a king, so we have to protest against him, okay? And I actually find it hilarious that you have Ashley Allison with the obvious extensions is going to argue with Lance Trover about indivisible, all right? Is this group actually pro-defund the police or not? Well, a little internet sleuthing, which was not hard to find by any means, shows that yes, back in June of 2020, defunding hate means protecting Black lives. This is Indivisible's main website, and down here you can see, as a coalition committed to the divestment from agencies that tear apart families and terrorize our communities, we are in solidarity with Black communities and allies demanding justice and calling for the defunding of this country's militarized police forces. So yes, the organization actually is calling for the defunding of police, and they are one of many sponsors of the No Kings rally, along with many communist groups. And as Scott Jennings says, if the Democrats want to embrace this pro-communist ideology, right, accept those dollars, accept that agenda, it's not going to help them in upcoming elections. Because, of course, all the Democrats on this panel are like, what happened to bringing down the temperature? But you have Karoline Leavitt out there saying, you know what? We have the modern-day Democrat Party. Who are their constituents? Oh, it's illegal immigrants. It's the communists and socialists. It's the Hamas supporters, right? That's the base of the Democrat Party. But they're going to have Chuck Rocha, or whatever his name is, come out and say, no, I'm the base of the Democrat Party. I was a union member, and the factory in my hometown was shut down and shipped overseas. I'm the base of the Democrat Party. No, you were. Donald Trump stole that base from the Democrats because they no longer cared about working class Americans, all right? As we just said, who's at the top of the tier list of what Democrats care about? It's first and foremost the illegal immigrants. And by the way, this is what the No Kings protest is really all about. Donald Trump is going out there and enforcing federal immigration law. But of course, the Democrats are very upset because they're saying that people are being detained without due process, even though detaining people for a limited amount of time is perfectly legal in this country. So as much as these leftists on the panel want to disagree about Karoline Leavitt's classification about the Democrats' base, it's all 100% factual. And as Scott Jennings also points out, where's the energy in the Democrat Party right now, right? It's with the communists, it's with the socialists, it's with the people who want no cash bail, it's with the people who want illegal immigrants in this country running around in the streets, okay? But then you have Ashley Allison again saying, well, the Democrats have recognized this issue, right? We've addressed it and said, you know what? We overplayed our hand. We're going to turn around and try to fix it. Your idea of fixing it is mass amnesty, which of course makes zero sense for all the people that want every single illegal immigrant kicked out of this country, which by the way is the majority of Americans. So of course their No Kings rally is falling on deaf ears and no one really cares about it. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.